on YouTube with Mike Spiegelman.
Hi, this is Carl. I'm Mike's friend. I wrote this song. My turn-ons are dancing in the dark, kissing on a lark, and peeing in the park. You should follow me on Twitter. It's Jokes to Carl. That's the duh of Francais, not the duh of dumbass. But never mind that. Don't follow me now. Follow me later. I mean, for right now, let's watch a full-length movie
On YouTube with Mike Spiegelman.
Welcome to LWAFLMOYD. Let's watch a full-length movie on YouTube with Mike Spiegelman and Carl. Good morning, top of the morning to you, Carl.
Top of the morning to you there, Mike. Thanks for having me on your show once again.
Jesus Christ, Carl. I just said the show is called LWAFLMOYT. Let's watch a full-length movie on YouTube with Mike Spiegelman
No, Mike,
and Carl. How can you be a host and a guest? How can you write the theme song we just heard, produce, research a movie we're about to watch on YouTube in its entirety, interview a comedian who's probably from the Garden State, New Jersey, from New Jersey.
He is. His name's Scott
Okay.
Cross. Yeah.
All right. You're not a guest on the show. Anyway, our show is we watch a full-length movie on YouTube with you. I'm really excited. We do this every Sunday here at mutinyradio.fm, where we stream first every Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. What's up if you're listening? Hi. You heard me waving at you first. You can subscribe to the podcast and hear me wave to you in the app later that day. Our podcast can be found by searching LWAFLMOYT. Type that into YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which Carl, our guest, runs. He syncs the movies with our shows. It's a great way every week to hear our broadcast. And we would love for you to donate to Mutiny Radio, Patreon, Venmo. There's another one. What's the other one they usually do? Like GoFundMe.
The donate
What is it called?
The donate button. And
there is a donate button.
Mutiny Radio app. Can we see it?
I didn't realize there's an app. Is that on your
What do
Android?
you mean? No, this is for iPhone. The classy people, San Francisco people, have iPhone.
Well, some of us Luddites have Android. Listen, Androids are from Droids, which is Marin County, which is Lucasfilms. So if you're from the Bay Area, you have an Android because you like Star Wars. They had to pay, didn't they? Have to pay Lucas? Anyway, we digress. Carl, what is the movie we're watching today?
Today, we will watch Bad Guys, 1986. Bad Guys.
Right.
That's what you put in the YouTube search engine. But 1986, or you're going to get the fluffy Pixar latest. We're the stupid gang. We're bad. We're going to be criminals. It's terrible.
Well, I told you all the neighborhood kids are surrounding me here at the station. We're excited to watch that new animated film, The Bad Guys, right?
1986. Yes, Bad Guys, 1986. That's what you put in.
1986.
And we like the channel Bummer Summer.
All right. Well, sounds good. We're going to be watching a live action movie called The Bad Guys, 1986. It's hosted by our good friend Bummer Summer. Look for that YouTube channel. Find the link after you type in all that garbage. Hit it. Hit pause. Move the timer to 000. We're going to do a countdown, and you'll hit go at this so we can watch this movie at the same time. Let us watch a full-length movie on YouTube. But we are also excited because we're being joined by another person. Carl, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Celebrity Comedian Countdown, this time with Josh Wells. Welcome, Josh.
Hey, thank you for having me, Carl. It's great to be here, man.
Now, we have today invited you on because we're watching a wrestling movie, and we know your love for wrestling. And this started what, late 80s? When did you get into it?
Yeah, probably like mid to late 80s. It was the rock and wrestling period, they like to call it. There was a cartoon. It was like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, and Macho Man, Junkyard Dog, all those legends. And it was Hulkamania. I remember Hulk Hogan body slamming Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3 in the main event. And that was a big deal, like it just the way they built it up. That was this impossible task. And I've kind of been a fan ever since. It all starts with Hulkamania, though. Yeah, definitely.
And that was what, in your preteen years, your teen years, your early 20s? When did you, fall in love?
I was probably like 6 or 7 when I first really started getting into wrestling.
All right, so you know the 80s wrestling then.
I'm pretty mostly in WWF stuff. I wasn't a big NWA guy. I mean, I was 6, 7. I wasn't really watching Harley race and steel cage matches or anything.
Now, as you know, I sell these wrestling magazines on eBay. I gave you one once, and it seemed like it was an 80s magazine. It seemed like it was too early for you, but I guess no. Do you still have that magazine?
Yeah, somewhere. I think Hulk Hogan was on the cover. Hulk Hogan was probably on the cover of every wrestling magazine for like 3 or 4 years there in the 80s.
The ones that have Hulk Hogan on sell pretty quick, you know? The other ones linger. They always do sell, though.
What's kind of cool about those magazines is they report on everything that's happening in pro wrestling. And so, like, I actually kind of like looking at old things because, like, I was just a WWF kid, I wasn't like, I didn't have like that teenage nerd energy yet to go out and watch all these different. So to go back and read that, you get to see what Ric Flair was doing at the time, or Ricky Steamboat outside of WWF. And there was like all this other great pro wrestling stuff going on. But, I was a kid, so it missed me a little bit.
I know so much about 80s wrestling, and I never watched a match. It's just getting ready to prep these books for eBay because they go.
Right. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, it's it's kind of a golden era, the 80s wrestling.
Now, there are many wrestlers in this film, but Sergeant Slaughter is the main wrestler. He plays himself in the film, so you must know him from the 80s, late 80s.
Yeah, I mean, I know him from like 2 different things, from wrestling but also from G.I. Joe. He was in the cartoon. They made him a character, but then he would also do like these weird promos like in the middle, like when they would go to commercial breaks to come back, and it would always be like these like very patriotic messages for kids, I guess. Looking back, it's almost like indoctrination. But yeah, so Sergeant Slaughter was,
right.
Yeah, I mean, if you were like an 8-year-old, he was super popular. You'd watch him wrestle on Saturday afternoons, and then you'd see him in G.I. Joe. I had his action figure for G.I. Joe, not for WWF, so...
Now, he is like Americana. He's a sergeant in the military. But in, 89, 90, during the Gulf War, what happened? He flipped there.
Yeah, he takes a heel turn. So during the Gulf War, WWF, as topical as they are, he turns into a turncoat, and he starts wrestling with like these 2 Iraqi soldiers, generals or whatever. And he had a pretty high profile feud with the Ultimate Warrior, and even Hulk Hogan, it was like America's Greatest Heroes versus Turncoat Sergeant Slaughter. He was the champion for a while as a villain. Yeah, coming in with this strong. His like defense of Iraq probably lasted a little longer than the actual Gulf War.
Well, he had a cash cow he was milking, right? He had a role he was playing. He wasn't going to let that go.
Yeah, I mean, it was great because they were booing him out of the building. So like, if you're trying to play a villain, that's the dream, to come up with that thing. It's the anti-American during a war. It was,
and you're such an icon of America to flip,
right. It was incredible. It was an incredible heel turn.
Now, you are a stand-up comedian. This is true, but you also are a reverend off of the internet, and you officiate weddings. And I think one of your weddings was associated with wrestling, right?
Yeah. So by the way, I'm officiated at 2 different online churches, the Universal Life Church and the Dudist Church, which is based on the Big Lebowski. Anyone could do it. Anyone could become an ordained minister and do weddings, especially in New Jersey. The rules are really loose in New Jersey. But anyways, I digress. Yeah. So I officiated a wedding outside of MetLife Stadium. There was a WrestleMania there, and we had like a tailgate party. And I just put a feeler out there, like to see, like in Facebook group wrestling fan groups, if anybody was like gonna get married, I would totally do it outside of WrestleMania. And I found a couple, and they were into it. And I wore a ref shirt because I was the officiant, right? The bride was dressed as Ronda Rousey because she was in that year's WrestleMania, and the groom dressed as Ric Flair, and it was amazing. It was as long as I've been doing stand-up comedy, I've never been part of something so energetic. Like as soon as we were in the middle of a parking lot, as soon as everyone around us in the parking lot knew what was going on, everyone just had their cell phones up. I felt famous for a second. We were surrounded by people with cell phones in the air, and they were going. It was so much fun. They were doing wrestling chants during it, and it's just absolute. I probably officiated like 9 or 10 weddings. Absolutely the most fun of them. My apologies to anybody
Yeah,
else
right.
I officiated for.
It has to be the best. Now you are a stand-up, but you are one of the older stand-ups. I'm with you on that, a little
Right,
older.
42.
And we're surrounded by these children in their 20s, right?
Yeah.
Late 20s maybe but you seem to hold your own with them in a way that I just can't handle.
Yeah, I say that they keep me young. I love hanging out with young comics because I just feel like it stops me from feeling like an old fuddy duddy. I guess I don't know. I mean, look, I got like a baby Yoda behind me. I'm still kind of a big kid, and and I'm a night owl. I like to stay out late, so the youngins in comedy like this. So I'll be drinking beers with the comics in their 20s, hanging out, having a good time. So.
You'll
I
close
love
the bar with them.
Yeah, exactly. And granted, I wake up in rougher shape than they do, but it's good fun.
Yeah, I remember one night you talking about how you didn't drink and you woke up with a horrible headache, and you were like, "That's not fair."
yeah.
I didn't learn this.
I like to take a month off from drinking every year, and like I always get like a headache in that month, and I'm like, I'm not drinking. I should have no headaches for the whole month.
Now, as an older comic, this means that you've got more of a brain than these youngsters, and you've turned that into becoming a comedy producer, putting on comedy shows pretty regularly. Tell me about that.
So I co-produce the Hell Yeah Comedy Show with the very talented Aaron Wahlberg as my co-producer. It's once a month in North Bergen, New Jersey, at a place called Wawa Social Club. It's a cool little place. It's kind of like a private place. It's like a private club for people to hang out and drink at a bar, but they allow us in to do comedy shows. They have a showroom upstairs from their bar, and it's really cool. It's got a DIY do-it-yourself vibe. We try to make it we try to give it a bit of a party vibe, as much of a party vibe as you can have at a comedy show. We try to make it bright and colorful. We have like a bright background. We give out candy. We have edibles with secret ingredients in them. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to fully explain what I mean.
It's a very legal secret ingredient.
Yeah. And we have an open mic after. We get a ton of local comics coming through. It's always on a Friday, so it's just a good time. That's one of those nights I'm hanging with the young comics till like 2, 3 in the morning, and we have a good time.
And they're often themed, whatever is if it's Halloween, if it's fall, if it's Christmas, they're often themed, because you'd go through them once a month.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really great hook. And I think you might have made it up on your own to have an open mic after the show, because that really attracts audience. Most of the audience are normal people, but comedians come and beef up your audience because they know what's coming after.
Right. Yeah. And I think that like a Friday night mic, and we start late. The show starts at like 9:30. We want to start at 9. We never do.
The poster says one thing. The reality says.
Yeah. So our mic doesn't start till 11:30, which actually I think works in our favor, because a lot of comics, even book comics, they're out doing shows, but they're like, oh, I can catch this late night mic after the show I'm on.
That's right.
So we almost always get like a really good turnout for the mic. So I think it's because it's fun. It's a Friday night. It's like you're doing comedy, but you're also hanging out.
Now, I got booked on that show once, but I was lucky to get on that show another time. I had just come from the for the mic after. I
Yeah.
had about 5 minutes of material ready to go, and you said, "Look, Carl, we're a little short. Can you start? Can you open for us? But just keep it down to 5 minutes." I was like, "Perfect. I'm ready to go," and it was good.
That's part of our secret is we like to give away 2 guest spots every show if we can.
Oh.
And we usually give them the comics on the day of. We don't do any prearrange it. Like me and Aaron, like we kind of just look out for comics that we love. And if they come, if there's a comic we both love and they're there early, we'll usually go up to them like, hey, do you want to do 5? Sometimes we do ask them to go first because it's hard to make comics.
Yeah.
I love going first, by the way. I'll go first a lot, but
we share that in common. Then I think the room is cold, even though a host has gone up and done some jokes. I think the room is cold and the tone of the night has not been set yet.
Right.
That's why I love to go first, because
you get to set the tone. I'm really into that. It's almost anything can happen, but if you have a great set, then it's like you did something good for the whole team. Like when the first comic kills, it makes the rest of the show so much easier for all the other comics.
Now, Josh, how can people find you out there on social media, on the internet, on the Snapchats and the Instagrams? And
yeah, Instagram and Twitter. You can follow me at Josh Ain't Funny. And then I have a newsletter because I'm old. A newsletter, not a podcast. It's joshwells.substack.com. Check that out. I'm very proud of my little newsletter. Once a week, I don't spam your inboxes, just one and done.
I am subscribed, and it gives me a lot of conversation fodder to speak with you about when I bump into you out there.
Kind of one of my favorite side effects of the newsletter is that people who do read it, but I know them personally, when I see them in public. Yeah, we have people spout some opinion I had about a movie I watched last week, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was in the newsletter. Duh.
Okay, now, Josh, everyone at home is poised to watch this movie at the exact same time that we do here in the studio. So we're all going to press play together because we are aided by a celebrity comedian countdown, and that is you. So Josh Wells, why don't you go ahead and give us that celebrity comedian countdown?
Here we go with the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, thank you, Josh Wells, noted wrestling fan and New Jersey comedian.
I noted him throughout the whole interview.
I know, that's all you did noted. Oh, it's a Steven Spielberg movie. Oh, it's
this is his brother, Joel Spielberg, who's a ne'er-do-well. He's from Tel Aviv, quite frankly.
I love when movies just give you the title right up front. Adam Baldwin?
Yeah, one of the Baldwin brothers.
Real?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Michelle, one of the Castro brothers?
His name is Adam Baldwin, and he is related to the Baldwin brothers in the 1600s in England. Thank you, Ancestry.com.
Wow, you really did your research. How much did you pay for that? Did the FBI follow
you? Thank you, Google. Sure, it was Google page 6, but thank you, Google.
We should mention Carl has seen this movie, researched this movie. I, as an audience member, have yet to see Bad Guys.
Sit back and enjoy with your popcorn.
Sergeant Slaughter. Yeah. Or Sergeant Slaughter.
Surgeon. Yeah.
Stolen Valor. Was he really a sergeant?
No, I don't think so. I think he was an actor. I really don't know that, so I don't get my ass kicked. His name was Robert Remus. And he was the famous Sergeant Slaughter. And Josh Wells talks about him in the as a wrestling fan in the interview that there was a period in which he it was the Gulf War, it was Desert Storm, and he was like, I'm for the people of Iraq, and they're like, what? I mean, it blows your minds. The greatest American, and suddenly he became the enemy. And they
he came out to support Iraq over them. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, what a hook, right?
Right. Well, this is before that. This is 85,
Yeah,
86.
no. As a matter of fact, throughout this film, they'll be chanting USA. Okay, so a guy's getting pulled over by the cops, and we quickly learn they're both cops. Why are you hassling me? We've got to look at the time. Come
Oh, we gotta
on.
go. These guys are bad guys. I can tell you right now.
Oh, yeah. But not right now. They're supposed to be good guys. So
Uh,
you can see that it's sort of like the open mic of wrestling, but a little better. We got a
right.
show. It's a bringer, you know?
Well, there's more audience I've seen than a mic.
Because it's a movie, you know,
Right.
it represents the.
You start off with the ring and you end with the ring. I have a bad movie rule, Carl, and I think this movie is kind of on it. It's
Put
when
it
the
through the
film is
ringer.
well, if it's so bad before the end credits end, before the opening credits end, then it's bad. Like we just saw like a weird car chase for no reason, and now wrestling.
Well, you're right about that. It was supposed to be funny, like it was supposed to emotionally bring you to, oh no, he's in trouble, and then, oh, we're saved because we're meeting his friend, and it's now our movie's kicked off. There's some bad jokes too. Okay, yes, it's a bad film, but in the end, you'll be entertained. You'll see.
Okay. Well, this is for any wrestling fan of the '80s and any wrestling fan of the '80s. From and
Well,
of.
this is like a step down from like WOR. Do you remember those days? Channel 9?
Yeah, they
Something
had
didn't-
like an independent wrestling show, right?
Right. You would see wrestling on TV.
Secaucus only. The Secaucus League.
Right. That's the kind of thing.
Live from the rooftop of WWR, Secaucus, New Jersey. It's Rooftop Wrestling. Starring.
Well, no, it would always be what we're seeing here, but from one camera angle. One camera angle would watch the wrestling the whole time. And it would be sort of black and white or palish, you know. And they just turned the camera on. Live from wrestling. Here we go. And the announcing was very small, you know. They let
Now, was it like real wrestling? By real, I mean by the rules of wrestling, or was this kind of like showy wrestling?
It was both. It respected the rules of the league, but you know they were I don't know what the word is, but yeah, at the same time, of course it's a show. They just want to show you a show. But it was vaudevillian in the way that. Don't you remember? Didn't you ever sit down and watch Channel 9 wrestling for like late at night when you're supposed to be sleeping?
What did I watch on Channel 9 that I shouldn't have watched? Well, didn't they have a dance show where like old people dance and you were like, this is creepy, but it's weird. They move around. It compares, you know?
I don't remember that, but that's great. That is such a hook.
Well,
so what we're seeing is
people are talking. I watched People Are Talking, of course.
People Are Talking. Yeah, or Joe Franklin.
Joe Franklin, of course.
Well, okay, so what we're learning is these guys are buddy cops, and one of them has a hobby of wrestling, okay? And look how crazy it can get.
This is like in the beginning of the movie Made, when Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn are wrestling, boxing together, sparring.
Pow! Yeah, I don't know if I saw it, but now they're going to start to have some success, okay?
All right.
We're really seeing like how wrestling was done.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun. I mean, like if I was a wrestling fan, as you know, when this came out, I am a wrestling fan. I mean, it is. I only like Norwegian wrestling. I don't want to sound pompous.
You're so snobby, but I understand that. That's so you. That's so you. Because I know Norway wrestling, and I see your point. I'm just saying that, you know.
It was unstoppable from 1963 to 1974.
Now look who's in the audience and goes, wow, these guys are super. I'm a perky
fellow cop.
What?
Is he the fellow cop? Is this the cop wrestling hall?
She's like a pretend manager kind of person.
Oh, I see.
So she's going to go, you guys were great. I'm Perky. Hi, I'm Perky. Hi, Perky. Hi, I'm Perky. Listen, I have a positive outlook. I'm an optimist, and I want to manage you guys. Oh, let me book you.
I've got a van full of soccer kids.
Look at my smile. It's like Marie Osmond.
Right.
It's like the skater girl.
Do you think like she could have given them a minute to just like, I don't know, put a shirt on?
Well, it's a movie. Yeah.
Right, he's showing side boob.
Yeah, that's right. It must not be cold in there because there's no indication of cold.
Oh, we'll have to rewind.
So
Let's rewind.
Basically, remember the Farrah Fawcett poster? It's chilly in the studio. Click, click. I don't think we see even areola. Oh, yes, we do right this second.
Yeah, right there.
Here's my card in case you change your mind. So the one
Change
is
your mind for what? Like,
okay, she wants to like manage them and put them in the real leagues. Okay, but one of them's like, sorry, ma'am, but we're cops. And Baldwin is like, that sounds fucking great. You know, so we got a conflict here.
right.
Oh, downtown, this is where Waterman is, police station.
Oh, Waterman, your fantastic cop show, which your pilot's available on, well, it's private service. You have to call us. We'll let you know. It streams private.
Now it's there. He's in the same locker room we shot Waterman in. Comes right out to the very front of the whole building.
So you shot in here?
Yeah. And it was in Culver Studios. Culver, Colorado, California.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh, at the farm where they have all the movie sets.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Old West, and then they had the bank, and then
Okay, look. These cops just got called to a call. There's a brawl.
They're fucking
and rolling. Look at the vests on them. I'm a pretend rough person.
No, they're roughing it up. They hit a poor innocent video game cabinet.
Hear the crack of that styrofoam over your head. So, ow! I pretend got kicked. But I'm
look
saying,
out, Stuntman Union coming through. Only 6 stuntmen supposed to be in this set. Guys, stop! Lunchtime.
Don't you remember this fight in the 80s? Like, you would see the bad guy. He has a vest on. It's just nowhere in our culture, for real. He has a headband. So he's like half biker.
Oh! Yeah, right, of course. You know, I've seen him in commercials where he has the headband on and the leather vest, and he's riding a bus, and this week he goes, lady, you smell terrific. She's like, oh, thank you. It's Febreze.
You know, he's got a handkerchief around his neck. Doesn't make sense.
Oh my God. The worst is when you have all him and his friends' bikes are like parked outside and you accidentally knock the first bike in row.
I hate lazy riding. That has to happen every time.
Oh, like a dominoes. They just kind of tip. But then he comes out with his bandana around his head and the leather vest.
I'm writing that down for the open mic. Tip the bikes over scene. I hate lazy riding.
This is not lazy. They got beer taps flying out. Cops fighting.
Look, the guys
drinking. What happened? It hit me in the face. All right, do another take, buddy. Fuck you, Joel.
Now, okay. What happens is our two heroes proceed to fucking fuck that joint up, and it will land them in the paper in the morning. Now the commissioner's mad.
Oh, so good. I like a mad commissioner.
Same old movie. Here we go.
Have you read the Los Angeles Chronicle? Oh, the Los Angeles Tribune too. The media is against us.
Laundry Basket, get in my office.
That's right. Laundry Basket of Justice was my pilot.
No, guess what I did in Waterman with all my, like, I don't like lazy writing. I did a parody of it. Did I not? There were two cops.
You have to.
Mario Gentile, God rest his soul, was the get in my office.
Okay, how many dare to get off drug posters are going to be on the wall?
Right. if this was 92, for sure. Look at Reagan.
Ronald Reagan, we're stuck. Listen, we can't pretend we watch a lot of movies from the 80s when you have Ronald Reagan in the background on the wall.
Right.
It's that universe where there's just people are shooting and demolishing shit and it's funny.
Now, I have this idea that I wish I had it back then. What you do is you take the Bedtime for Bonzo promo, their movie still,
Right.
the movie poster, and you put that in those offices. That would have been hilarious.
Well, there was that in Spies Like Us. Dan Aykroyd was watching Bedtime for Bonzo, or it was a musical where Ronald Reagan popped up. He was watching that on the FBI.
Okay, so now it's like you guys are suspended without pay. It doesn't mean you're not cops anymore. Just you gotta get the heat off. You gotta get out of my face. Okay, you're suspended without pay.
You know what? Hold on to your badge and gun.
Yeah, that's right. Hold on to your badge and gun. That's exactly right. Now it's like, what are we going to do? We need a job. So now we're going to see a series of scenes in which they go through some jobs.
Now, we've seen the movie Hardly Working with Jerry Lewis. Is it going to be the same montage? Is he going to work as a Benihana chef?
I am insulting an entire continent.
For 6 minutes. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Are you nuts?
Right. Exactly.
Really? Then you can tell we're in the 21st century. Really?
Sarcasm. It will be in the history books that this was a period of,
Right. Well, we had sarcasm in the 80s. It was just...
I mean, but not in the 1500s. When all is said and done, our time will be like...
That's when the Adam Baldwins and the Alec Baldwin clan were one, right? In the 1500s? Right. Yeah.
That's right. I have it here somewhere. It's true. Here we go. Adam. Irish American. Boring. He's an avid golfer.
Boring. Can you just jump to the case? Was he in Firefly and Serenity?
Yeah, he's the DC Comics guy. Yes.
Okay. What do you mean DC Comics guy?
Well, he was in voiced the second Green Lantern of the Justice League, chosen as Superman Clark Kent for DVD release. One of the 4 actors from Firefly who voiced superheroes on Justice League 2001. Hal Jordan, the Silver Age Green Lantern.
Wow. That's an honor.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a tweeter. Right?
Yes.
That's what he's
for politics, yes.
Yeah, for Gamergate.
Conservative.
He was a very pro gamer. He kind of pushed Gamergate back in the Gamergate day. All right, gotcha. He was good at Firefly.
He's a good friend of Jamie Lee Curtis, and he was in Molly and Ronnie's Dance Party in 2005 as a favor to her.
Wow, that's good to know. He didn't do it against his will.
He's from Illinois, and he went to this high school, which Charlton Heston went to, Rock Hudson, and Margaret, Bruce Dern, of all people.
Great. Good high school.
Okay, distant related to the Baldwin brothers. They list them because they're dicks, who are from Long Island. Adams from the Chicago area. They say they share a common Baldwin ancestry going back to 1600 in England.
These stunts are nuts, Carl. He's jumping off of buildings and like flipping around in the back of a van.
This is essentially how do they lose the job? And whoa! Out! Those crazy cops.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, fucking cops have no respect for people working in ditches.
Even though they were them?
Yeah, right. They jumped over 3 human beings.
Now we're out of here. So you saw what happened. He was getting laid.
Right in the Porta-John. What a beautiful place to do it.
We were in a trailer. So this is the second attempt at a job. So he's the cut it loose, get crazy one, and he's the what are you doing? Calm down. You're gonna get us in trouble. One.
It's the Abbott and Costello of Chippendales. Now Jerry Lewis
with this woman with the blue blouse on. She is somebody famous, and I didn't get her in my research. I'll show it when it comes up again.
Right now, he looks like pixelated person 7.
Yeah. And nothing came up in Google. Did you mean pixelated? No, Google.
No.
The pixelated lady, number 7.
I looked up Pixelated Lady 7 in IMDb, and he's a producer who. No.
I thought she was in the Golden Girls, but that was her right there.
Oh,
it's quick shots.
I'll have to take a look.
Well, we'll see her in the convertible. See the way there she is. Take it off. Take
it off.
And he does.
So this is good. So this is not just for wrestling fans, or maybe it is for wrestling fans.
They just did a wrestling move.
Nice.
Do you care what the music is?
Okay, let me get the studio audio going. You can do it, Carl. Carl, the world is your oyster. Yeah. Open.
This song goes, boring, boring 80s, boring part of the 80s, boring, boring 80s.
I used to strip to that.
Boring bassline bed. See, they were cool sounds, but they sounded too slow and thuggish. Going to the grapevine.
Right.
It was terrible music. And
you got to admit, some movies would have like 8 original songs on it.
Yeah.
And you're like, I never even heard of this movie, let alone the songs that were written for
right.
it.
Somebody got paid and somebody sweated hard to make that shit.
Right. Yeah, this scene should go on forever.
Honk honk. Get off the stage, you sex crazed woman.
Oh, is that the manager? Yeah.
No, that's the thing. You think that the director just made a screw up, in my opinion. You think that woman's going to figure into the plot somehow, but she just goes away.
No.
He's
director's selling this movie right now.
This is too long, but it's supposed to be eye candy for the film,
right. No, definitely.
Okay, so they'll get picked up by the 2 women who just assume they're going to pay them for a sexual favor. And then the cops are going to be like, "Why are you kidding me?" So they're going to get kicked out into the street. And they're like, "Screw this, no more dancing. Second job down. What are we going to do?" Hey, remember that Turkey Girl? Here it is.
Okay.
Turkey Girl production.
Ah!
Eye of the tiger. Eye of the tiger.
It's Thigh of the Lion.
Here is a cool Sunday drum, but it's so sluggish. Bum, bum, bum. It's on the beat because it's the 80s. Like, pop from the synth.
Rising down, not back on the street.
Rising on down.
Yeah, just change a couple words.
Okay, I'm writing that down.
Thigh of the lion, Thigh of the lion. Eye of the tiger. Sorry, I don't know that song. I gotta start my song. Rising down off of the streets.
Oh, you're all over. Okay, I gotta calm down. Joke Factory. I'm stealing everything you ever do.
Oh my God. I listen to these shows and I'm like, there's no jokes in it, but God bless. Write it down.
Now look what's happened to them.
Oh, they're just having bad luck after bad luck.
Bad day. They're off the force.
Are they off the force?
Get luck. Yes. Well, you know what I mean. Actively, they're not getting. They have to have regular jobs.
Hey, I just saw a movie and it gave me an idea. Let's be cops. No, you idiot! We're suspended.
Oh yeah.
That's a good
What
movie.
if they went to see the film Let's Be Cops and he goes, "Hey,
we could be cops."
Yeah, right. Oh, just go on eBay. Okay, so see the woman in the back. I know her from a sitcom or a prominent part in a movie.
You're probably not wrong.
She's got a very familiar face. The one in the front, I do not know. Okay, so they innocently think they're getting a lift because their car's getting towed and they're just these nice ladies. But these ladies, of course, know they're the strippers and assume, I think they all know it, but they assume that there would be escorts as well. Were they so enticed?
At what point are they going to figure it out?
On this drive.
Yeah.
Look, she's really cozying it up.
Yeah. Little backseat, not even waiting to get to make out point. Oh, my car ran out of gas.
Well, aren't we going to make out point? Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that makeup.
Oh, that's the makeup. I don't need to
lipstick.
do that at the open mic because I already wrote that joke a million years ago.
So what are you doing? Like, you're going to talk about like a movie cliches or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pronounced clicky.
Clicky. It's pronounced clicky. No, it's not, Carl. It's pronounced cliches.
The movie clicky.
Movie cliches, Carl.
Teasing a brother. I totally teased him all the time.
Unbelievable. My favorite would be like, Carl, give me $1. And you would go, okay, Jeremy, let me count that. And you would take $1. You would lick your thumb and you go, 1.
It would drive him bonkers. So one time I was talking to Marcus in the front seat of the car. We're going to Mom's. And of course, he's in the back. So he's like, Carl, make a right here. Right. And I was like, I knew, of course. He doesn't have to tell me. So I'm like, quiet, Jeremy. I'm talking to Marcus. And I would say, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, Carl, please make a right here. I said, Jeremy, please don't interrupt. I'm speaking to Marcus. And then I would say literally, blah, 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 blah.
that was Carl, you talking.
Make a right. He had to hear me say, okay, before he turned off. Okay, so now they're remembering Perky Manager Productions, okay? And Positive Attitude Perky Manager Productions promised them some bouts in which they make money fighting.
They had a good run of employment.
Yeah.
They were strippers.
Right.
They were the first thing I don't even remember.
Now, look how long it's taken for us to get to. I think the inciting incident was when they were off the force. Okay.
Is it the 25-minute rule where now we're at 25 minutes into the movie and the poster has been established?
Yeah, I think you're right because we're about to go into the wrestling.
Yeah. So they nailed it. You get 25 minutes to set up the poster. I want to be on the Ghostbuster mobile.
Yes,
exactly. Shit.
And it's even true for, like I found a diary of my wife and, the movie poster of like Remembrance in the Field and, everything's leading up to, okay, I'm going to have this experience. It's her ghost or something, time traveler's wife. Even those movies.
The ghost shows up 25 minutes into it. For me, it's like once you establish a poster, then you have an hour and a half to just go fucking sideways. Just let the characters breathe, just let things happen. But you just have to get to the poster in 25 minutes. My favorite is Bucky Larson.
All the parts come together, right? And then they go, okay, hold it, click, got it, print. There's your poster.
All right, let's do the movie. Like, if you ever see
Ghostbusting Machine.
Bucky Larson has him like a porn star, whatever the movie is. He 25 minutes into the movie, he's doing an audition for a commercial, and they have it, and he pulls his pants down and starts masturbating. And I said, that's what the movie's about.
Movie poster.
Poster.
We're meeting bad guy now. So what Perky Girl has done is said, hey, good person I don't know is a bad guy manager. Check out my boys.
Oh, yeah. Please don't have any nefarious plans for them.
Well, the point is it could get them in at a gym, which is the local whatever, whatever. It could be steady work. Okay, so this is kind of like an audition in which he's bringing this dude from another gym.
Now, are these real wrestlers, Carl?
Not really. The answer is they're all trained. They're actors. They were
Right.
picked, but they're all trained to be wrestlers, and it really shows. And Sergeant Slaughter was a large part of behind the scenes talking to him. You know,
Is Sergeant Slaughter on the right?
Sergeant Slaughter will not be in the film until I think the Act 3.
Okay, gotcha.
So, okay, now what we've got is the Russians. Okay, this is the Rocky setup of America versus Russia once again in our Cold War period. As a matter of fact, the tagline. I'm sorry. The tagline is the Russians landed the punch, the Americans delivered the crunch.
Oh yeah, there's the America USA poster.
USA. You'll get that in this film. USA. USA. It's totally a Reagan. Not we're back to like something horrible like fascism, but like we're back to pretending that we're proud again.
Right. Well, we got to sell this movie. You got Chippendales in there. You got like USA, USA.
Yep.
You could definitely get that trailer, that sweet trailer, that sweet poster.
Bonk.
That's gotta hurt. Well, she even rolled her eyes at that.
Yeah, that's right.
As
There's this weird narrative in this film that says wrestling is real. We never get the talk of, hey, this is all a show. We're just putting on a show. They act like wrestling is real.
Well, because the wrestlers would talk to each other before the fight, the match, I guess.
Yeah, but it's always like, look, see that I'm fake punching you. I'm really hitting you at the thick part of your muscle behind your, back. They pretend he was just hitting a guy. It's just wrestling, they don't pretend it's moves.
It's pretty impressive that Baldwin would be wrestling.
Yeah, and it's same for the other guy too, because this is hard to learn. Now they're in their 20s, but this is a skill. It really is. This guy's name is Mike Jolly, the other cop, and he was in Forrest Gump and I don't know much else. He was in 3 O'Clock High. He was in a lot of TV.
Wasn't Adam Baldwin the bad guy in 3 O'Clock High? Like he was the school bully?
I don't remember, but that would be the perfect role for him. He was in DC Cab, Full Metal Jacket, Mexican Predator 2.
Yes.
Independence Day.
Yep.
The Patriot.
I saw that. I don't remember him in it.
And a film which is Serenity. It's a DC. I'm not sure.
It was a TV show on Fox, right? It was like Star Trek, except they were like renegades. There was a Confederate war, and they fought on the Confederate, like a space war.
Right.
But the war's over, and so they just do. They have a ship, and they go to A to B, sending people or illicit goods or whatever. It was all right. Ron Glass is in it. Ron Glass.
Ron Glass.
Yeah, Ron Glass. And Adam Baldwin was pretty good in it.
America's number one. Okay, now here's what happens. Perky Girl gets totally backfired because Lord Percy really likes the Russians.
He does. Yeah. Scratching my chin on Lord Percy here. Why does he like the Russians, Carl? What's up with him?
They're great bad guys.
It
knows what it's doing. The film's writers know what they're doing. Let's see who wrote this piece of funny, great thing. I don't know. Okay, Joe Gillis wrote Deadly Run in 95, Bad Guys in 86. Why? He acted in a thing called Why Would I Lie in 80? I don't know. Brad Westwater, born on my son's birthday, Scott's birthday. He wrote this. He wrote Remington Steele episodes. He wrote one. He wrote Tale of the Gold Monkey. It was a TV show. He was a co-producer of this. Actually, the writers, they aren't much, are they? Never mind.
No, are these all comedians right now?
Okay. Oh, We're seeing a great part of the
It's
film
Ruth
now.
Buzzy.
Yeah, Ruth Buzzy. Her name is Petal McGurk.
Oh, really? Oh, in the movie.
Yes. You see, the guy is terrible Turk McGurk. Turk McGurk. His name is
Oh,
Gene
yeah.
LaBelle, and I look at him. He looks like a famous actor, but he's
He
not.
looks like the kid from the Partridge Family, Danny.
Right. Ducci.
Back when he was wrestling Screech and shit like that.
I think he's got a face I've seen before. But Ruth Buzzy is the treat. Now, she is Laughing, but after Laughing, she went on, you know?
Yeah, well, we know her from one of the great 80 movies called Surf 2,
Yeah,
where she
we might
played like
watch again.
yeah, which we'll watch again for sure. That was one of our great movies. We watched it on our 50th episode. Carl, we have over 310 episodes right now.
Whoa!
Official ones, not including the month of August where the station wasn't broadcasting.
Shut the front door.
So, oh, it is.
How
I don't
many
want the neighbors to
subscribers
hear
do we have on YouTube?
Oh, we have 1.01K.
What is our listenership on the
Yeah.
at a Mutiny Radio and the live stream and the Apple drops and the pop?
Okay, this is the part where the record scratches. I don't have those numbers.
We don't have the numbers. Well, in the past, it's been very okay. I was giving you a chance to brag. Okay.
Oh, you go ahead and brag because you gave me
Ruth
the last
Buzzy's a
number.
ventriloquist. Did you know it?
No, I did not. Well, she's still alive, and she had a fake Twitter account that because she was notified about, and she actually kind of went on Twitter saying this is the real Ruth Buzzy, not like in a Donald Trump real
Right.
Trump, but oh, look at this beer. But so one of the great things about Ruth Buzzy in the 80s is that she just let it get be, like she was still acting. Like not that she wasn't
Absolutely.
acting, but she took a bunch of great movie roles.
Yup. She was prominent in the time, and she's always funny.
Yeah.
Now, even in this film, which not many people are funny, she does shine. Now, what's happening here is the manager liked the bad guys. So Perky Girl says, we gotta re-image you. You gotta be bad guys. So now they're like, Ruth Buzzy, it's Turk McGurk and his wife, Petal McGurk. And they love each other and they love wrestling. Now they're teaching them how to be bad guys. Okay. Oh no, he did the claw grip.
Didn't Ruth Buzzy teach how to hit an old man with a purse on a park bench?
She had the hairnet. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, hairnet. Yeah.
Yeah, Laughing was a pretty good show when there weren't other choices.
Well, it is a choice. You can stream Laughing on Tubi and other channels. I told you, Carl, my favorite episode, I had a DVD of 3 episodes, it was a CD set, so it was like maybe 12, but they had Cher from the 60s. And they were doing a musical. They do a musical number. All the girls dance and sing about electricity, and then they do a bunch of sketches, and they'll say that was our spits about electricity, and they stop, and you can clearly hear Cher say, "That was horrible." It was on the DVD. I was like, "Oh, I don't think I ever want to watch this again," but that's great.
Now we have an over the top gay performance. And
gay panic.
And he works great with Ruth Buzzy. And he's just being the stereotype, pretending he's horny for the boys, and they're doing the stereotype. Isn't it quirky? Someone is gay.
They don't have gay panic like in every other movie since then.
Nope, they don't. But they do think they do a little. The guy who's like, I'm always, you're breaking the rules. That one, he's like the one who's like, it's creepy. Did you see how the gay guy said to the woman?
Yeah.
This misunderstanding that, stupid.
Well, yeah, they need some comic relief, I guess, in this movie.
And
or
this
some
is
comedy
for 1986.
Yeah. Well, this was like in the movie Tough Guys from '86, where Burt Lancaster gets new clothes, new wave clothes, and they had the Pierre Brosnan's affected sales clerk, like Beverly Hills Cop, right? He goes to buy clothes. This is
Get
like
the fuck
voice
out.
acting.
It's a very important piece. You remember what was his name? Serge?
Yeah, right, Serge.
Okay, so this is their tough. And look at the over. You
So
got
they're
it.
like barbarians, huh? Oh, they're American barbarians.
Yeah, they're going to be the boss. Fuck the Boston. Is it? I forget. I have to listen. I'm sorry. I did watch this film several times.
You did it. I know, it's terrifying. So this is Los Angeles, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And as you know, I grew up in Los Angeles, and here maybe you could Facebook for the why to watch the next. You could go to some of these locations.
Uh-huh. And it says as seen in Bad Boys, and then
Right. You
an
could put up a
asterisk.
plaque. You could do a plaque, and it could say,
Yeah. Adam Baldwin was proposed was
okay, now
flirted
look,
by.
Mike. Look, Mike, we're in the big leagues now. We're in the big leagues now. You see? We're
It's
on
the
the
same
ones that go
place.
on TV. So these guys are okay.
San
Bernardino,
Bernardino.
right? And they show up and they're lowest on the billing. Oh gosh, God. You know, Ruth Buzzy is great friends with Anne Murray.
Oh, Anne Murray.
Once she guested on Carol Burnett. I do my research. Good old Ruth Buzzy.
Good old Ruth Buzzy. Well, she was in Freebie and the Bean, I think it was, where like the villain was on a. It was supposed to be the San Francisco Pier, but they used Los Angeles. But she was like one of the people that hung out there.
Should I watch it?
If you see it, it's Carol Burnett and Alan Arkin. It's an interesting movie. It's good. You know, it's a San Francisco movie. It has the old transit authority.
Hey, do you think it's on YouTube? And the Bean.
Might be. Oh no, that's a different movie. I'm thinking of a different movie. This is like something in the Choo Choo Lane. I don't remember.
That's a Carol Burnett film.
Right.
And Ruth Buzzy's in it.
Yeah. She's like a tough pure rat, I guess.
Choo Choo and the Philly Flash.
Choo Choo and the Philly Flash, not Freebie and the Bean.
Okay, should I see it? Yes, you're saying.
It's good. I mean, like it's
done. All right,
yeah.
Now we've got real manager guy with his Russian bad guys cozying up to the owner of the let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. Get me on it. They got talented boys here. So they make the deal. But the English guy, Lord Percy, says the only caveat is we're your only bad guys. We are the bad guys of this league in the stories and stuff, you know.
Oh, so you can't have other bad guys. It has to be the Russians.
Right. So he thinks that deal has been struck, but top of the charts, you know, head of the company here, he doesn't care what that guy thinks.
Right.
There's no contract. Yay! Here come the Boston. What are they? Let's listen.
Okay. Oh, you got the audio going?
I think we passed them.
Percy, Matthew Green, what are you doing here? I'm gonna nail those dirtbags. Kept interrupting me.
I think it's too late. I was waiting for the announcer to go, the Boston Bombers, or whatever it is.
Oh, right.
And it was a stupid joke. They were like, we're not from Boston, you know, because who cares? It's just a name.
Right. Well, they're not from Boston. They're farther away from Boston. Are they Patriots, like Boston Patriots?
Right. But it's the New England Patriots. And I always thought that was too much territory, right? It's not fair. Other teams have a state or a city. That's all they have. You can't have New England. You can't claim a region of the country, right? They
Well,
got
it depends.
Vermont and Maine. Come on.
Well, we have Connecticut. Kind of shares. We share Connecticut.
Was it
Tri-state.
tri-state area?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny how Connecticut thinks it's New England. Like you drive through into the border of Connecticut and you see like buildings in the style of New England, but they're new construction, you know?
Right.
It's like, look, you've arrived. Look at the ivy. You're in New England. No, Connecticut. You tri-state trash.
Oh, this is an outrage. So there's like fighting here all the time.
Yeah, and this is what happens. Yeah, almost every, somebody who's not involved gets into the ring and the managers go at it with each other. It just always turns into this. But we're led to believe it's real, not that this is the story for TV. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I know this is just part of it. Like somehow there's these wrestling rings, more than one.
I keep seeing TV and I don't see any TV cameras or anything. I think I'm wrong. I think they're still in the little leagues.
It might be the same gymnasium. We gotta get out of here. Oh, they got cool. They got I have actually the same jacket.
Yeah, you got a jacket, bad
Yeah,
guy.
I got it at Universal Studios.
In the gift shop.
They used to be like
you guys look great tonight. You were really bad.
Man, one time during the 90s, especially in San Francisco, there were retail stores, and they would have like outlets. So the Tower Records would have an outlet, and there was a Rock Clothing t-shirt company that had their own warehouse outlet, and you could go and buy old Rock t-shirts and jackets that would say like, Ice Age on it or whatever it was back in the day. I got a few t-shirts there. Oh, look at this. Great. Oh, thank God it's store level.
Ouch. What happened to you? I jumped out of a one-story building. Are you okay?
I know, thank God. That's the first movie where,
It looks a lot different when you're looking up at the first floor than when you're looking down from it, I'll tell you.
All the managers are like characters themselves.
Yeah. Okay, so it's back with the commissioner, and it's like I'm trying to get your names back and everything and fighting with them. Now you're wrestling. It's in the news. You idiots.
They still have their guns and their badges. They just can't work for cops.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
You're embarrassing us. Stop wrestling.
Stop wrestling. As visitors, you're the worst visitors on the force. I want you to hand in your visitor's badge right now.
Yeah. Visitor.
But the tour, Chief. Don't.
If you look, guys, if you make one more laundry-related pun, I'm gonna lose it.
That was in Laundry Basket of Justice. I never aired sitcom. Laundry Basket and Spiegelman, the comedy duo with me and my Laundry Basket, really auditioned for American Got Talent.
Oh, great.
But we did our act. We didn't do Laundry Basket of Justice. And, I have regrets. But Laundry Basket of Justice he's Detective Laundry Basket, and he gets chewed out by the chief, and then he goes on a stakeout. And he'll say, Laundry Basket. This is the chief, not the Laundry Basket.
Right.
If I hear another laundry-related pun from you, I'm going to get depressed and steamed. Laundry Basket! Hey, we're all chilling on the beach. Man, this is nice. So this is San Bernardino?
Yeah, what's going on here? I'm not sure of the location, but what's going on here is, sorry, we can't wrestle anymore. We're cops. And then it ends up with her leaving as in they're still wrestlers. So now it's like he's the go, and the other one's the no. And that's the way the dynamic will play out through the whole film.
Hi, guys. They didn't sell hot dogs and falafel after all. And I asked for like roasted chestnuts, but he's like, lady, this is the ice cream truck. And I said, it's sexist and misogynist to call me lady. I'm not Lord Percy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here are the Russians at Lord Percy's house. I guess they just socialize, I guess he manages them now.
Well, they both love cocaine.
She's getting a massage and he's staying with his English accent. Why don't you listen? Go ahead.
Oh, you want? Oh, here.
He loves you, chaps. And we've got the contract to prove it.
Uh-oh. What's on TV, Mike?
Oh, is it? Okay,
Turn it up. Turn it up.
All right, hang on. Rock and roll.
Come on, leave it on. Leave it on.
Wait, rock and roll and wrestling is never going to work. Some kind of rock and wrestling combination in the 80s?
Look at Ruth Buzzy. She's the best thing about the film. That doesn't save the film or anything.
So this is a promo music video for the band? For the wrestlers?
Right. I guess. I don't know what it is. Is it a rock video? I don't know.
And WOR is sharing this?
Yeah, look at the old style clunky dials, right?
Yeah, like this is on UHS or VHS. UHF or bad guys. We're tape heads.
So I was waiting for them to say, we're the Boston Stranglers, but they didn't do it.
Oh, I like Boston Stranglers. Why would you do that to yourself?
Now he's furious with a wrestling guy who promised him they were the only bad guys. They start eating glass as a joke.
No, but it's not necessary,
But that's what I'm saying. The whole film doesn't clue you in that wrestling is fake. They're pretending it's a real universe in which you would slam a guy holding your arm on his chest, and
he's got out of hand.
Everything did not hurt him.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, the guy winces in pain. He gave him the pile driver crusher. Oh, my thigh. Oh, my thigh.
Paramedics are entering the ring and they're flipped over.
Basically, ever see them? They go up against each other and give each other a high five. And then the one guy goes, ah! The other guy's like,
Well, you have, something's lost when we talk through movies. We miss the soundtrack and they're going, yeah, on the beat. Everything's gonna be roses, 80s music song.
Boom, boom. Now they're back in the boss's chief's office, right? And the commissioner, this and that. But now they're showing up in their wrestling uniform and they're just like, we're sticking with wrestling.
God, they're so young. I don't know. Michael Jelly, I guess I'll have to see.
Well, this film isn't the way you should get your jollies.
Thank you, Carl. No, he wrote this, or this is not by Jolly? Damn it! No. God, let me start again. Carl, did Mike Jolly write this, or is this not by Jolly?
Not by Jolly.
Oh, by Jolly.
I don't really.
Is it by Jolly? By Jolly.
Is that an English expression like by George?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. I'm not that.
Yes, I think Pirates said that.
Okay.
Oh, Danny Bonaducci, I'm gonna punch out David Cassidy.
Now look, they just lost against the Russians, and now the one guy's like, "I'm gonna quit. I want to be a cop."
He's no.
Because it doesn't make sense because he just thumbed his nose at the cops.
Well, professional wrestling didn't turn out the way he wanted it, so now he wants to go back on the force. We all had that.
We've all been there.
Get out of here, Bonaducci.
Yeah, I remember the time I put all my energy and effort into horse racing, but in the end, I went back to nursing.
I remember that because your dream was horse racing. You were like, horse racing on the beat. Nothing's gonna stop me.
Not me. But I'd rather be an RN. It just makes more sense. It's more, It's steady. The hours are shit and the union is bad, but I wouldn't trade it.
See, I lucked out being a Fast and the Furious. I get to do anything I want and drive around.
So
Oh,
look,
what? Yeah.
now they get a notification from the top guy that their bout is canceled. Fuck off, Boston buddies.
Okay, now this is a Children's Hospital stadium.
So
You see
then they say, we're going to show up anyway, which is exactly what would happen if you watch WWE or whatever, the backstories and everything, you know?
Sure,
You
but
see
that's all
them working.
choreographed. That's all written. They have a team doing that. They meet. They rehearse.
Now, this whole movie pretends that's not the universe, that the universe they present on TV is the real universe. And so they're saying, we're going over to that gym. They're just playing out a wrestling scenario. Look, the chair slamming.
Damn. Oh, I can't take it anymore.
Ow.
Ow. Stop sucker punching me.
He gave him the Vulcan neck pinch. You see,
Yeah.
he pretends to bonk him on the head. This movie makes us think that's the world. Okay.
Why would he go and attack him like that? He's like, we're the bad guys.
Ow.
Ow.
That was literally challenge tossing.
Wow, this movie has everything.
Now,
Uh-oh, the good bad guys are fighting the bad guys.
Whoa. So now the guy who runs it, the top dog, is going to say to Lord Percy, you told me those guys suck. They were great.
Right.
They're true bad guys.
Clearly, they're bad guys. Did you see their jackets? Wow, this is the best thing. Oh, no, he's British, right?
No, you're right. He's an American. Lord Percy is the English one.
Oh, I got you.
Punch in the stomach.
Now, there's a lot of celebrities here. I see Cyndi Lauper. I see Sergeant Lou Albano.
There's Sting.
Yeah.
Which is a little too highbrow, right? It's more like that guy's in the Blue Man Group. That one is on the show Jag.
Oh, it's the rhythm section of Twisted Sister. This is total chaos every night.
Every night. Look at the guy always sleeping, the one wrestler.
He's just waiting for my line. Waiting for my line.
And he goes, all right, this madness has got to stop. I declare that there will be a match on this, it's not stage, right? In this ring.
In this ring.
The Russians against the Boston Cream Cakes. Next Saturday night.
Oh, do you remember there was a meme where it was a stoner who was like, this guy smokes your weed and he's cool. And his name was Boston Blake. No, Boston Blake was actually Dead Man. He was from DC Comics.
Okay.
But this other guy called himself Boston whatever. And he was pretty cool. Like, he was one of those early guys who face became a meme and he had some way to handle it. So you would mention him and he himself would fave it on whatever was Tumblr at the time. But it was like it was the guy who was like, there was like a good guy pot smoker meme and like a evil guy pot smoker meme. I don't know.
I don't remember this. I should.
I should get my stuff down.
So now we're having like the montage in which Rocky is training and so is I Will Break You, Drago in Russia. That's what we're getting.
Oh, we're back and forth.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Drago's doing brute strength without any brains, just like these guys. And, Rocky's learning the craft. Superman. Hong Kong. Daisy Duke, what are you doing here?
TV.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, y'all. Oh, we need the narrator then. Well, Daisy Duke pulled up to his wrestling friends.
Yeehaw! Say, Daisy, that's a mighty fine truck you got there.
All the assholes in this street are like, hey, truck, why don't you smile more? There you go. You look much pretty.
Now, for some reason, somehow, Perky brought them that.
Really, really hit the nail on it.
Said, yeah, this is the perfect truck. So what's going to happen now is both of them will separately have like moments with Perky that are not sexually charged, but more like, would you go on a date with me kind of charged.
Oh, right. He wasn't shirtless though.
It'll
Interesting.
happen, right. It'll happen with both of them separately, and there'll be a crossed wires. Now we don't understand why he's like, why don't we go out tonight and we can talk strategy? She's like, I'd like that,
Right. Neither wants to date because it'll take like hours to get their hair right.
So it's a date then, sort
Right.
of thing. But they didn't.
Yeah. Okay, Superman.
Okay,
Hey.
now here he comes. Oh, thanks. You've been really great with us, and
Adam Bulwa's not showing up in a suit. Hey, did I just miss Superman?
Yeah, he's never around.
Yeah.
He is around when Superman was around. He's wearing the.
Yeah, it's a. Hey, so maybe we can
Will he
meet
come
up
out
and
with
socialize.
glasses and?
Oh, he would go into a closet and then like boom.
Is that Bark Bent? Hi, Bark.
Park beds. Oh, 2 please. This movie's going on forever.
Oh yeah, you think so? Because hang on to your hat, dude.
Oh yeah.
No, this sucker doesn't feel like it ends for a while.
No, is his partner going to be there? No, so far.
Well,
so
that's
good.
the thing. He's going to awkwardly show up second.
But the table's set for 2.
Yes.
Hi, Garcon. Can you throw these away?
Because she has a date with a boy tonight.
Oh yeah.
And
Can you get another table setting? Oh, awkward silences, huh? Really?
Yeah, well, when we don't have the sound up.
Well, he's Jimmy Olsen, isn't he? Oh boy, I hope Arquette doesn't show up. Yeah. Oh well. All right. Let me hear them talk shop.
Yeah, we got a lot in common. We should do this more often, I think.
We should.
I don't understand why she always just plays along and never lets them know. It's like, I don't know.
She just wants to let them know. She could fuck with them at any time.
I guess so. I don't get it though. What are you doing here?
That's where my bow tie went.
Please put these flowers in water. It'll be the second request.
Garcon, please throw these flowers away again. Oh, what is she saying? Like, I just want to talk business and nothing else?
Right. She's saying, are you guys crazy to think I would go on a date with you before our big bout? Now sit down, guys. We got to get our heads in the game here. It's that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
She has a tragic story. She died at age 50. She had breast cancer and she just quickly died. And she left a widower behind. She was in When Harry Met Sally, The Swan Princess. She was on Gary Shandling's show.
Very cool. Was he like a regular on the show?
I don't think it's the sitcom. It's called It's Gary Shandling Show.
Yeah,
1986. Yeah. Oh, that is it?
Yeah, there's a show beforehand called It's Gary Shandling Show.
Yeah, I don't know the answer.
I think it's, because I think I recognize her.
So there's this character named Judge David Nicastro is her name, Michelle Nicastro. So there's this character called Judge David Nicastro in Fairly Legal 2011, named after her. The TV series is an executive produced by her widower, Steve Stark. So she also sang, and she released 4 solo albums. Tuneful 1993 and Tuneful 2. There were classic animated film songs.
Oh, you mean like from tunes, like cartoons?
Yes.
Oh.
And then she did Real Imagination, REEL, featuring classics from family films.
Oh, right. Chitty, chitty, bang, bang. We
Right,
love
love
you.
you. Near bar, fucking motor car. So then there was also contemporary songs from Broadway. It's right up our alley.
Oh, yeah.
Not a sound from the village. You're looking alone.
Encore, encore. Well, I like to sing a song from one of my other shows.
It was a
Whistle while you work.
it's a showstopper. Look, now, Lord Percy is furious, and he does not want two bad guys in that ring with big top guy
Look
managers.
at this.
Right, machine guns. Now,
Yeah.
you will see that the Boston big shots do not flinch over a gun being shot at them. There's no nerve. They like pretend dodge the bullets.
Well, right now they're just got like baseball bats and Oh, a shotgun. I guess they're getting married. You're gonna marry me.
Look, he zooms. He really put on the accelerator.
Do 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 do.
Did
Bad
it.
guys
Yeah.
on the fly
They are the baddest guys.
from Van Nuys. Bad guys.
Bad guys. Bad guys.
Bad guys.
Come on, man.
Come on, bad guys. Get the deep baritone right.
Now
Oh,
you see him
rowdy.
dressed up as Uncle Sam
Oh,
for America. Now, doesn't he look like he was great in Popeye?
oh, you really think he has that Rocky feel to him?
Yeah, he was like the dad,
Yeah.
which was Rocky's manager.
So the bad guy gave them a truck and then had his minions chase after him.
Bad guys gave him
Lord Percy gave him a truck. And
Yeah.
then Lord Percy got these guys to chase him.
No, Perky manager got them the truck.
Oh, got a truck. I got you. I'm sorry. I'm getting the bad guys and the good guys and the good bad guys and the bad guys and the
Yeah, see, these
real
are the
wrestlers.
good bad guys. Right, and they've got their clique, and Perky Girl's in it. Whoa!
Whoa.
Into the drink.
I was just fucking that bucket. Up.
Whoa! Zoom.
Do. Gotta watch out. Oh, get all those supplies. They got all those supplies in there.
Yep, that's right. It's sacks of grain and
Yeah.
fertilizer.
Whatever. We got to run around it. Maybe we'll hit one.
Look, it's insulation, chicken feathers.
Okay, ready, Carl? End of the line, boys. You do not collect $200.
Oh.
Now,
there's no fear of the gun. No fear of the gun.
Ooh.
Wow.
Fucking broke his neck.
That hurt his jaw. Where are the Boston cupcake? Boston.
Where
are the Celtics? Where are the Boston's?
What else from Boston?
If my plans work, those guys are fucked.
Where are those Boston College?
Forfeit.
Without Boston University here, the game is over.
Where's BU? The Boston Universities.
Oh man, this is worse than at the end of Lethal Weapon.
Look at him like meat. Ow! Now listen, as actors, they really had to hang upside down.
I know, and get like hit by bats or whatever.
And the blood is rushing to their head.
Sure.
Now here's the time in which you'd say, this is not fair. Okay, look, bad guy, police chief whose commissioner's breathing down his neck has just shown up and he's arresting these hoodlums.
Listen, both those actors have morning wood right now. I don't know how to tell you, Carl. You can tell from the white pants. So on the one hand, they are hanging upside down, being beaten up and being saved by cops. On the other hand, What a set.
Yeah.
Now they
And
have to get to the ring, right? This is not
yeah,
even the third act. This is just like the second act. We got to get
no,
to
no,
oh, we're getting to the third?
this is the race that gets, you see, they had like darkest hour just now. And then like
Yeah.
usually the hero gets educated and he sees a new way and he rushes into act 3. But this time the cops just showed up and he goes, "Oh, we lost already. They're going to forfeit." And he goes, "Not yet. Get in my car." It's like now the commissioner's on their side. And we found out that they've been behind the scenes watching Lord Percy to arrest
Whoa.
him. And this is the day of the big sting.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I know Sting's been working out, but I don't think he's really a big Sting.
He was so big in this.
Oh, in the 80s, he was used everywhere. He's ubiquitous. That's how big he was. He was everywhere. EO, EO. Ladies and gentlemen, next on the title card. How does it go? Like undercard? Oh, finally, here he is.
Sergeant
Right?
Slaughter, Act 3.
Now,
Here
who
he
does he
comes.
play? Does he play Lieutenant Genocide or
No,
no?
he plays himself, and he's getting recognized. We have a celebrity in the crowd.
He looks like Storming Norman. I don't. Why was he against the Iraq War? He probably like I'm
Oh,
not
well,
Schwarzkopf.
it's just a fake thing on TV, a show, a fun.
Right.
It's reality. It's like pretend reality TV. So therefore, what's going to really get him? Oh my God, the fucking balls on that guy. It's like an Andy Kaufman move. I'll wrestle any woman anytime. It's like shocking. How dare you, you asshole?
Yeah. Right. Any woman. The bad guys. Oh, they're bad
No
babes.
woman is stronger than a man. No woman is stronger than a man. That's the way God wanted it.
Boo.
I will wrestle any woman anytime.
I'm from Hollywood.
Yeah, that's right. He got smug. I bet you guys are poor. I'm from Hollywood.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. I don't think it was great. It was wrestling women, but it was oh, this is Wallace Wally Shawn's brother, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. I keep on not finding the page he's written on, you see.
Well, he must have been a buddy of Boss Hogg on Dukes and Hazzard.
Well, he was all over TV. He's got a very recognizable face. You've seen him in a million things. I just can't find him.
This is outrageous.
Exactly. I'm sure I printed it. I mean, I just printed the file.
Now,
Well, anyway.
do the bad guys who are American Patriots, do they fight Sergeant Slaughter?
No, Sergeant Slaughter steps in. You know how it gets crazy at the end of every single, but yeah, that's what'll happen. And of course, Sergeant Slaughter's not just going to stand by while America's being assaulted by Russians.
No, this is very important. Wee you, movie cops.
Right. What they're doing is saying the Boston Beans aren't here, and so therefore they're going to have to forfeit. And then all of a sudden the cops show up with the Boston.
Whoa, what a way to go.
With the
Ladies and gentlemen,
kids.
It's the Boston Newberry Comics.
Here come the Red Sox. Oh, Boston, you're my home. Dun, 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 dun. Love that dirty water. Ruth Buzzy is great in this. I thought Buzzy was a stage name, of course. It is not.
No.
That's right. That's her name.
Yeah, it was great because she was on Twitter like a couple years ago saying, "Listen, that's not me," and then she did a couple of like jokes, like puns and stuff. It was funny.
Well, she got famous from teaming up with Dom DeLuise. They did something and it was popular and it got onto other shows. And that's when Laugh-In said, "Hey, she's good." And that's how she became, now she had movie roles. So
Listen, she did a thankless job laughing. She had to sing, she had to dance, she had to do pantomime, she had to do
what are you
vaudeville,
talking
she had
about? Thankless job. She got movies out of it.
3 movies that we named so far.
Oh, she was
All
all
right.
over the
Yeah,
movie.
she's all right. All right, here we go.
Yep. Now it's the big. What could go wrong?
Who's in the Russians' corner?
The Russians. Lord Percy.
Right, they get so people by that flag are all like Lord Percy's bad babes.
It's the wrestling team. Look at them all dressed up like pompous ass.
Whoa. I love the cop car pulling right up there.
They leave the lights on.
Yeah, it's badass.
Let me give you last minute advice and Rocky bullshit.
Oh, I'm gonna bust your head like a coconut. Oh, like a coconut?
In Soviet Russia, I will kill you.
And then you kill yourself. And Soviet Russia, we kill you
Wrestling
as well.
boxes bring you. Can you
Hey.
think of one? I can't think of one.
Oh, no, I guess that. Oh, they turned their back.
Oh,
Oh,
boo!
bad.
That's cheating.
Oh, I disagree with this.
They are the better bad guys.
Well, I hope there's like color commentary to help me watch this movie.
Now, the thing that doesn't make sense is their role in this is the good guys that everyone roots for. Yay, America. You see
Right.
how the film's fundamentally flawed here with the title bad guys, and all throughout the film, they were like, we're going to be the better bad guys than the Russians. Doesn't make any sense.
There are the USA's.
Right. They're the good guys.
Yeah, there are bad guys.
Yeah, they're
bad guys for us. Yeah.
Right. And everyone's t-shirt says bad guys.
Right. I have a bad dude shirt instead of bad babes. It says bad guys and then bad babes.
Look at him pretending, he helped him. He flipped him. And the kick is more like a push.
Right.
But in the movie world, we're acting like he kicked a guy. He got flipped.
Oh, here we go. We're going to talk about the scene. A little exposition.
It's like when he grabs him, like as if he's choking him, but really it's behind his neck, right? He's like, he's hugging him. Come here, friend.
I would love to see a sports movie where you could barely hear the color commentary. Like maybe you hear him talk in the booth or whatever, but like while the thing's going on, you don't hear him. He's not narrating the story for us. It's just part of the game.
Well, I have that feature on my Roku television.
Oh, we could hear only the announcer?
It's got the mute button.
Oh, right. Then you don't have to hear him.
Some people one time really decided they hated Howard Cosell. So when the football game would come on, I think it was the Jets he was on. I forget. They would mute the TV or turn the volume down. It was
right. Of course, you had to get up
and then turn up the radio station that was having the game.
That's one way to get rid of Howard Cosell.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you go to a game and then you bring your radio with you and you turn on the color commentary. So it's like, he hit the ball and the ball's going, the crowd is getting up.
Tell me, is it color commentary?
I think so. There's commentary and then you are spicing it. I don't know. It's color.
I see. Google will tell me. I don't know that. I know. I'm also dumb.
Well, it's really important because all sports movies has like the announcers tell you, well, it looks like this is the end for the good bad guys.
So far, it's not crazy. They're just in the ring and they're trying their best to be underdogs, losing to the Russians. And all is well. It's just a wrestling match.
Right. They don't beat up the Russians in the parking lot.
Now it's tag team. Whoa! Kick!
Yeah. I am very impressed that both Jolly and Baldwin are in there doing this.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they're like 20-80 each, 28 or something. I mean, it's like they're fully developed bodies and young. I mean, they're at
But you know, like wrestling is such a cult too that people probably grew up on this movie or had a chance to see this movie with Sergeant Slaughter and be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe Baldwin's in it." So,
yeah.
oh, do you ever see David Arquette will like hurt himself or whatever it's called?
I think there was one he was like, "Wrestling's not
Yeah.
fake." That was a great film. I really enjoyed that film. Look, I'm pretend choking you.
Oh, we
Hey,
can't have that.
that's not fair. So Sergeant Slaughter's like, "Who's that extra wrestler? He's not supposed to be part of this. So if I'll go take that guy out." He goes, "Hold
Hold
my
my
flag."
flag. Oh,
Ow. Kick
see,
in
I
the
never say hold
head.
my beer. I'm like, hold my
Punch
flag.
in the face. Yeah, hold my flag. Not hold my beer.
Oh, Sergeant Slaughter has boots.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in truth, they're like sneakers that are,
Right.
shaped to eye gouge. See, the ref specifically said no eye gouging. So it's like these jerk
Oh, he
Russians.
crossed. Oh,
Yeah,
the line has been crossed. I was wondering when they
give
were
me
going to cross the line.
this folding chair.
I'm going to put you in a sleeper hold. That's where I grip you and talk about Woody Allen's sleeper. In the future, robots called an orb, pleasure orb, and they don't feel the sensations unless you're dressed
That
up
was
as Woody
really
Allen.
cool.
It's a sleeper hold. Oh.
So he's not going to choke him out because wrestling's just not, it's a choreography. He's going to choke him in. See, he's choking him in. Oh, I'm still conscious.
They're hitting him on the head and like in the chest with the flagpole.
Yep.
Yeah, that hurts.
Ow. Those oppressed actors and the selfish director used them. He was exploiting them. Boo,
Wow.
Russia.
You can't tear up the flag. I didn't pay money to see this. I'm going back to Blockbuster.
Ruth Buzzy's getting her husband is Turk McGurk in there protecting the flag.
Is Turk short for Patrick?
No, it's Turkey. He grew up in Turkey. Yay, America! Look, he's shell shocked. Yay, they're putting the flag back in Owensboro. We saved the army base.
Oh, the cops are into it.
We're
Boston
cheaters.
PD.
Whoa.
What?
See, look how he fake wound him up with inertia and flung him. I mean, it's ridiculous. He jumped. The guy jumped.
Oh.
They're good wrestlers, with how they know the moves.
We've seen some movies where actors play athletes, like that miserable Christian liquor store movie where Beau Bridges like actually played tennis.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had to learn it.
Wow, this is like history class in the 80s when we learned about Russia.
Yeah, that's right. They're the meanest, baddest. They'll kill everybody. They blackmail their government officials so that they, extort them.
Yeah.
To exploit
They have
them.
compromising videos.
Right.
Yeah.
They know that they'll fly the planes and drop the bombs because if not, they'll kill their whole family back home.
So realistic.
Smell my balls! Smell them!
No. I'm going to smell your balls.
Yay! No. That was the 3 count. The winners, America.
3 whiffs.
Adrian.
Right,
Sergeant
Adrian.
Slaughter.
Oh, here comes the balloons.
It's
balloons
raining.
Are gonna come down either way. Yeah, we stole this from a children's party.
Is this ambrosia?
Falling from the sky? Eat it.
God is feeding us on our trek.
Why'd you wait till the end of the match to arrest me? I was into it.
Yeah, that's right. Yay! We are bad guys.
USA. Oh, bad guys. Let's
Look,
hear it.
that's right. Turn it up. USA. It's a Reagan film.
USA. USA.
Not me, SA. You.
Report to the station first thing in the morning.
You're cops again. Here's your badges.
Mercenary. They had the
Bring your
badges made for
guns.
them.
They didn't ever turn in their badges, but
They had them.
Thank you, Perky.
Yeah. Oh my God! The credits roll up. Terrible Turk McGurk with Gene LaPel. Oh wow! Yes. Hey Carl, what you think of this movie?
I don't know. It wasn't good. It was just it did what I don't know.
It did do what it had to do, which is like
Right.
feed the fanatics. Which, if you're a fan of wrestling or a fan of '80s wrestling, this is definitely a movie you've seen a few times.
Now,
Dee Dee Allen is a spectator.
Now, Josh Wills did not see this film, and he was a fan of wrestling in the 80s. He was also young, like 10 or something,
Well, I haven't heard it yet, but do you think he would be into seeing this now?
I think maybe he does have a respect for wrestling, and the two actors really learned the moves. And you know what I mean? They really acted it too,
Is there another music video at the end of this?
Yep. Go ahead, Tuma.
It was the 80s, and you couldn't have wrestling without rock and
roll.
That was the thing. Like, they realized they could connect different popular culture together and just synergize it, And next thing you know, we had Space Jam. So
that was synergistic.
I don't know. This was okay. It definitely had some crazy stunts in it and some good wacky wrestling, but other than that, it was just kind of paper thin. I wish I'd seen this movie 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Back when
Adam was charismatic. Ruth.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. He was terrific in this.
Turk McGurk was okay.
Bruce Buddy was good.
Lord Percy was kind of flat. The police commissioner was flat. The partner, Jolly, was pretty flat. It wasn't. And also, maybe our copy's a little washed out or something. The movie didn't sparkle.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Well, I still feel like this has to be somebody's favorite. Like, somebody has this on a video cassette.
Yeah.
I've seen it a few hundred times.
Yeah, it's probably in Jesse Jolly's collection. That's his son.
Oh, perfect. Oh, here's the music there, all the videos. Respect Yourself, King Gang. Oh, wow. A lot of songs.
Mac Rice wrote that. Oh, Paul
Stars at 45. The Stars on 45.
40?
Stars at 45.
Oh, wow. 21 Records gave that.
Oh, are you familiar with the record label, 21 Records?
Soul Sister, Your Brown Sugar, written by L. Hayes and D. Porter.
So this is just like a medley, like a music version of all these.
Let's listen to the song again. Snap Dance.
Bad guys. Bad guys. A lot of songs in this. Bye, guys. Casablanca Records. There you go. Home of Kiss.
Bad guys.
Special thanks to the American Wrestling Association.
Yeah, I should say.
85.
MCMLXXXV.
Bad guys.
It's in Dublin. It's Dolby. You dumb.
Bad guys will return, and bad guys too.
Please no.
Badder guys. Batter guys.
They are the batter guys.
Carl. That was
Yeah.
Bad Guys. We watched the
That
entire movie
happened.
here on Mutiny Radio as we do every Sunday. We'll be back next Sunday. You can hear us stream first on Mutiny Radio here at 2 p.m. And then we have our podcast, LWAFLMOYT. And you can also you can see this movie and hear it if you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Not to be redundant,
Yes.
if you're watching this on the YouTube channel. So we'd love for you guys to join us next Sunday. Subscribe, tell your friends, listen to Mutiny Radio. We'll see you next week.
Let's watch a full-length movie.
On YouTube with Mike Spiegelman.
Let's watch a full-length movie.
On YouTube with Mike Spiegelman.
Let's watch a full-length movie.
On YouTube with Mike Spiegelman.
Hi, this is Carl. I'm Mike's friend. I wrote this song. My turn-ons are dancing in the dark, kissing on a lark, and peeing in the park. You should follow me on Twitter. It's Jokes to Carl. That's the duh of Francais, not the duh of dumbass. But never mind that. Don't follow me